Hey, welcome to Back of Box Recipes. I'm Barak, and this is my mom, and today we're testing out the
Kellogg's Corn Flakes crispy chicken tenders. It's our back of box recipe for Kellogg's Corn Flakes. And if you can see the picture, you take chicken tenders and you roll them in crushed corn flakes. So, sounds pretty easy.
So the only ingredients you will need is the chicken tenders and the corn flakes. That's all there is.
All right, so we have our chicken tenders and they're thawed. They're not frozen. I put some salt and pepper on them just like I normally would do. The recipe doesn't call for salt and pepper, but we all like salt and pepper. So it does say to crush your corn flakes. So I'm just gonna take a jar. I poured some corn flakes in a bowl, and I'm just gonna take a jar and just kind of crush them a little bit. Yeah, Barak's gonna clean up for me. They don't have to be crushed to like tiny crumbs. It can just wanna kind of get them a little bit smaller than what they are. So do this for a few more seconds. Get them all. Use your hands. And we got our oven already preheated to 350 degrees. So as soon as we have our crumbs right, okay, so there we go. I've got my crumbs, just crushed them for about a minute. And we're gonna take our chicken tenders. Do you wanna do this or do you want me to do this?
You can do it.
Let's get our pan. Kind of have a little assembly line here. So we've got our chicken tenders, corn flakes, pan. I'm gonna roll, coat each side, put it on. If you don't have a pan that has like a silicone liner, you can get a regular baking pan and just line it with like parchment paper or foil or something. You don't have to, but that just helps with cleaning up afterwards, so that you don't spend like hours scraping a pan.
Yeah.
We don't like to do that.
And you can already see it's pretty messy because we have corn flakes on the floor. So
yeah, so you need to have a good dog to come lick them up.
It's not coming right now, but probably will.
More. And you know, it says to use chicken tenders, but I think you could use chicken breasts or chicken thighs, probably. I'm guessing. Chicken tenders are just a little bit smaller, kind of easier to use.
And this one you don't necessarily have to follow all the ingredients. You can mix it up a little bit. Like, we might be using a little more than 5 cups or a little less.
Yeah, it did say 5 cups. We used a little less because it said to use 5 cups with 1.5 pounds of chicken, and this isn't 1.5 pounds of chicken, this is less. So we just did about 3 cups. You kind of just eyeball it. If you need more, you can pour more in your bowl. I'm gonna give you a little trick too. You probably see that my plate has kind of yellow. When I make chicken, the recipe doesn't call for this. This is just something that I do. When I make chicken, it's usually frozen, so it's been in the freezer, and I get it out to thaw, and I'll put it in a bowl. Today I put it on a plate. But some people like to marinate their chicken, like put it in a seasoning, maybe Italian seasoning or teriyaki. I like to pour dill pickle juice over my chicken. It doesn't taste like pickles. It's just it just gives it a little salty, tangy flavor. It just adds a lot of flavor to the chicken and helps kind of tenderize it. So that's just something that I like to do. Okay, so there's a little bit of extra corn flakes. So I'm just gonna kind of just press it in. It looks good though. Okay, so Barak, how long do we bake it in the oven?
The recipe says that we put it in for 25 minutes or until the chicken is tender, no longer pink, and juices run clear.
Okay, so like I said before, if you did a different type of chicken, if you did like chicken breasts, you probably would want to follow the directions for cooking for chicken breasts. These only cook for 25 minutes because they're little and thin. Chicken breasts would probably take a little bit longer. Follow your directions for that. So, okay, they're going in the oven. I'm gonna set the timer. I'm gonna set it for like 22 minutes just to check.
And when I said messy, I was really talking about messy because a few seconds later, I actually stepped on a cornflake. So, there you have it. It's messy.
All right, starting the clock.
Hey, welcome back. Now we have the chicken all done, so we will test it out as usual and give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
Okay.
All right.
Let's just test it. Let's test one piece, do you think? We can just both share. It looks good.
Yeah, it does.
Yum. I love chicken tenders. They're good. To be honest, they're not super crispy. I think the cornflakes, they make it a little bit crispy, but they kind of just like absorb the moisture, I think, a little bit. But it's good. It gives it a little bit more crunch.
It has a weird texture in my mouth. It's almost like there's chunks in it. It's very chunky.
I think it's good. It's just not super crispy. They're kind of, and maybe that was because I marinated them. But I think it's good though. I think I would do it again. It's just, I expected it to be really like crispy, like fried chicken maybe, and it's not like that. No. But it's good. I think it's good. If you want a little coating, do you think? So what would we give it?
What do you think?
I would do it again. So I'm going to say a thumbs up.
I'm going to say thumbs up too.